All right, let's play a game, a dangerous one. We're going to poke three philosophical bears with one stick. The prize? Maybe a glimpse of what's actually true. The risk? Annoying absolutely everyone in the room. Let's meet our contestants. First, we have the reigning champion of the modern university, the well-meaning waffler, cultural relativism. Its theme song is, "It's all relative." It walks into a room and says, "Whoa, everyone, cool it with the judgments. Your truth is your truth, my truth is my truth. Let's all just get along and maybe order some tapas." Then, in the opposite corner, we have its grumpy uncle, universal truth. He's not one for tapas. He's here with a giant stone tablet that says, "I am right." He represents the idea that some things are just true, with a capital T, for everyone, everywhere, whether you like it or not. He's the guy who looks at a rainbow and doesn't see a beautiful spectrum. He sees a wavelength chart and insists you're reading it wrong. But wait, there's a third contestant lurking in the shadows, smelling of old books and mystery. This is the hermeticist, or his political cousin, the Straussian. This one whispers, "Oh, the universal truth guy is technically correct, but he's a fool for carrying that tablet around in public. The truth isn't for everyone. It's a members-only club, and the password is, well, if you don't know it, I can't tell you." Our job today is to put these three in a cage and see who's left standing. Our referees will be two dead thinkers, the brilliantly clear-eyed James Rachels and the notoriously cryptic Leo Strauss. Let's start with the crowd pleaser, relativism. Rachels, in his wonderful book, The Elements of Moral Philosophy, takes relativism out for a nice logical dinner and then brutally dumps it by text message the next morning. His first point is so simple, it's almost rude. The relativist says, look, different cultures have different moral codes. Therefore, no objective morality exists. Rachels raises his eyebrow and says, that's not how logic works. Imagine two people arguing over the sum of 2 plus 2. One says 4, the other says 5. The fact they disagree doesn't mean math is a social construct. It means one of them is bad at math. Let's get uncomfortable. If relativism is true, then the only thing wrong with, say, an ancient culture practicing infanticide is that it was fashionably incorrect. We cannot say they were evil. We can only say they had a different aesthetic preference. This makes morality about as deep as preferring pumpkin spice over a good espresso. It's nonsense. And here's the kicker. The relativist's favorite virtue is tolerance. But if there are no objective morals, why is tolerance objectively good? Isn't that just your culture's subjective preference? You can't claim all truths are relative without making that very claim absolute. It's philosophical seppuku. So Rachels kicks relativism to the curb. But he leaves us with a question. Okay, smart guy, so what are the universal rules? This is where things get spicy. Enter Leo Strauss. Strauss looks at the modern world with its relativism, with its reality TV, with its deep existential confusion, and doesn't see progress. He sees a dumpster fire. He argues that our ancient ancestors, folks like Plato, actually had it figured out. They asked the big question, what is the best way to live? They believed in a true and good that was as real as gravity. But then, according to Strauss, modernity happened. We got lazy. We swapped the quest for the good life for the pursuit of the comfy life. We traded wisdom for power. And this long slide ends exactly where we are now, in the quicksand of relativism, where nothing is true and everything is permitted. So, how do we get back to the truth? Ah, says Strauss, leaning in conspiratorially. We can't. Not all of us. You see, the unvarnished truth is dangerous. This is the best part. Strauss believed that philosophers throughout history wrote with a secret code. They had an exoteric teaching the nice, polite moral story for the masses to keep society from collapsing into chaos. Think of it as the philosophical version of giving a toddler a plastic toy instead of a live grenade. But for the smart few, the ones who could read between the lines, they hid the esoteric teaching, the real, terrifying, universal truths. Why? Because if the masses knew the raw truth, they'd either have a collective meltdown or use it to build a tyranny. The truth is a weapon, and not everyone gets a license to carry. Let's pause and appreciate the sheer, glorious arrogance of this. Universal truth exists, but you're probably not cool enough to hear it. It's the world's most exclusive nightclub, and Socrates is the bouncer. This is where we bring in our third contestant, the hermeticist, sipping his mystical tea. The hermeticist overhears this and says, well, obviously, the core hermetic principle is as above, so below. This is the ultimate universal truth claim. The cosmos is governed by immutable laws, mentalism, correspondence, vibration. This isn't a democracy. It's a divine dictatorship. And just like Strauss, the hermeticist believes this knowledge is occult, which literally means hidden. You don't just post the 7 hermetic principles on Twitter. You encode them in symbols, in allegories. You reveal them through initiation. Why? Because giving someone the keys to the universe without the corresponding spiritual driver's education is how you create a cosmic-level menace. You get sorcerers, not saints. So, let's review our options. We have 1. The relativist waffle, a comforting all-you-can-eat buffet where every moral dish is equally valid and equally meaningless. The music is pleasant, the lights are low, and no one ever has to be wrong about anything ever again. The Straussian secret society. The truth is real, powerful, and incredibly exclusive. It's the world's most exclusive nightclub, and Socrates is the bouncer. The Ratchelsian common sense club. Relativism is nonsense, so let's all just agree on some basic, reasonable rules using logic and empathy. It's sensible, it's decent, and it's about as exciting as a well-organized municipal recycling program. So, the real question isn't what is true. The question is, what kind of person are you? Do you want the comfortable lie? The terrifying hidden truth? Or the sensible, slightly boring middle ground? The choice is yours, but choose wisely, because the world you end up with will be a direct reflection of the bear you decided to feed.